Welcome back to the Power of Healthy Habits. This is a first for me. This is the first live interview that I'm doing, and I have a special guest here. He is a family-oriented yoga instructor, musician, maybe even a baller, maybe self-described as a wandering soul, exploring the human path, inhaling peace and exhaling worries. I'd like to welcome Arthur to the channel of Power of Healthy Habits. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Indeed.
Right on. So I'm not sure if I should have included a couple other things there.
That sums it up. That sums it up, man.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Right on. Now, one of the things that the musician piece, I think we talked a little bit about the I think it's called the handpan.
Yes, the handpan. Yeah.
The handpan, and I've done just a little bit of research, and I don't know as much, of course, as you would. And as you may know, I like to talk about the power of healthy habits on the show. And our audience typically is Black men. Sometimes, especially those of us who are single, may kind of get lost in the fray. And I'm not sure if I know any other Black man that is a musician on the handpan. So could you tell us a little bit about the handpan? You can also tell us a little bit about yourself if you like, and perhaps how the handpan might be relaxing or beneficial.
Yes. No, the introduction was perfect. Many things, father. Just a soul going through the experience of life, and that's just kind of how I go about it day to day. Is every day I have a chance to experience, I have a chance to learn. That's a perfect intro. As far as the handpan goes, it's a beautiful instrument. It's harmony as well as rhythm, and so I definitely enjoy rhythms with like making beats and stuff like that.
Right
so the harmony aspect, I can do both at the same time. So I can create a rhythm, and then you have melodies along the outer rim of the handpan. Like I said, it's a beautiful instrument. It sounds very therapeutic.
Right.
And it also gives off frequencies.
Okay.
So I haven't tapped into the frequency aspect to it in its fullness, but as you know, like frequencies definitely affects the body in certain ways.
Right.
So you have certain frequencies that give you a more healthy or a more therapeutic feeling to the body, and it makes things resonate more. And you have frequencies that are not good, that sometimes they hide in music or various things. You can be that's a whole other topic that you can go into. The frequencies alone, sound healing.
I know what you're saying though.
Yeah. Sound healing is really big, and that's kind of the next step I want to go into. My journey is really tapping into the sound healing aspect because I love sound. I love music. I love to curate those things. So yeah, with the handpan, literally you can be playing it, and then you kind of go into a trance because you're literally getting those frequencies sent right to you. Of course, they vibrate out, but the way you have to play it, the bottom hole where the sound comes out is going right to you.
Okay.
I love it. I love the instrument. I'm very glad that I picked it up, and I'm interested to see how far I can take it.
Right on. So the way it's shaped, I guess it kind of looks like maybe like a flying saucer or something like that. Maybe like an egg on its side or something like that.
It basically derived from the steel pan.
Right.
So it's a very new instrument. It's like maybe 20 years old.
Okay.
Someone had the idea to basically, if you will, I guess, put two steel pan drums together.
Right. I saw the process of one being made. Where you take the steel drum, and I believe they cut it, and then they
gotta hammer it.
Yeah.
Thousands of times. Keep hearing it. Like it's a very intricate process to make one handpan. Now you can do it like through a factory, which is the one I have.
Okay.
So the sound is not necessarily the purest, but it still gets the job done, of course. But the handmade ones, those take time, intention.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Would you say, since you've been playing the handpan, can you like tell or notice a distinct difference when you're using the hand pan? Or what are some of the effects that are kind of measurable, if you can share?
Well, I would say, what's the word? The zone, right? Like, I can't think of the movie right now. It's a Disney movie. So is it Soul? I think it's Soul. But they talk about like getting into this zone, like where you like, it's almost like you're in this automatic type. I can't really explain it. It's like nothing else matters. Like you're just like super focused, but everything is easy. It's coming to you easy. I find myself getting into that like realm really quickly when I do the hand pan.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking it's more so like I'm interested in making music. Now I know how to play this instrument, and then also the frequencies. Like it may be a combination of things, but yeah,
That's
played it several times.
That's good enough though too.
I'm just like I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
It's like I don't even need to look at the hand pan. I'm literally eyes closed, and I'm just going on how I feel. So
right.
That feeling is it's awesome. It's a wonderful feeling to have and to like be a part of. And I think musicians to have that similar vibe.
Yep.
You know, once they get to a certain
when
point,
they're jamming out or something like that.
Yeah, they just jamming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in itself, that's therapeutic. You know, I'm not worried about what's in the past, what's in the future. I'm literally in the present,
right?
Which I try to stay in as much as possible.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that. So I know sometimes, at least for a person like me, I'm not a musician at the moment. I do have an attraction to drum, like the djembe drum.
Me too.
And perhaps maybe it's a little more historical, genetic, or Afrocentric. But I've observed people being in a zone, just going to like a drum circle or something like that, and then like feeling the vibe, feeling the rhythm. And then when you understand or see how people correspond in unison, they might not be doing the same thing, like the exact same motion, but you can tell that they're doing something that's within the same zone or same frequency.
Yes.
I don't know if that's the correct term.
That's it.
And I think it helps because I think for us, for a person like me who didn't really do a lot of expression outwardly, when you allow yourself to have that space, you don't have to like be like, oh, I used to have a pain and now I feel like that pain is gone. I'm really just kind of speaking from the Western mind, because we expect there to be something that you see a clear difference from. And when you explain, the rhythm, the zone that you're in, it's hard for people to capture that if they haven't experienced it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. It's it's one of those things where it's liberating. But I feel like you can get those in other aspects of life. Basketball.
Right?
Basketball.
Right.
You know, at a certain point, like nothing else is in your vision. Like it's just literally basketball. It's coming second nature. I gotta make a quick cross here. I gotta pass here. Like you're in that zone, right? So I think wherever like creativity is, you can find that zone. And basketball you definitely got to be creative in basketball. So yeah.
Right on.
You can find that as well.
Yeah, you do get in the zone a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Out there on the court, and a lot of times I'm kind of watching the game on the court sometimes, and it's usually when I know I can make a play, but then here you come getting a rebound, and I'm like, oh, I'm telling myself to move, but then he already got the rebound. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you're in the zone, but it's like, golly, man, maybe I need to hang it up. You feel me?
No, man, no. It's just, I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't think it happens all the time, but yeah, when it happens, it just happens.
Go with the flow.
In it. Yeah, you in it.
So how did you get into yoga? Kind of transitioning from basketball, being that there's movement, motion.
Yeah, yoga. I was exploring with it For about 5 years, off and on. I didn't take it serious until this last 2 years, where I actually started becoming more active in it daily. At one point, I was doing a yoga set just off YouTube every morning. So like 30-minute yoga set. Every morning I'm doing it constant. Not knowing anything else, just knowing the movements and going off of what the video was instructing me to do. And I mean, just afterwards, how I feel, it's like a no brainer. It's like I have to do this. Like it's one of those things where it helps me regulate my body, my nervous system before anything else attacks it. Right.
Right.
So I come in zenned out, ready to take on whatever life throws at me for the day. So yeah, that the 2 year period, this last 2 year period, I took it serious, and then I had a brother reach out to me and was like, "Hey man, you think about becoming a teacher?" And I was like, "Nah, that's not for me. Like I'm more of an introvert. I get nervous in front of crowds.
I feel you.
Like the whole nine. Like it's like the complete opposite of what a teacher should be." So I definitely declined the offer the first time. And the second time came around, he was like, "Man, come on, let's do it." I'm like, "Why not? I love yoga." He was like, "You're definitely gonna learn to be a teacher, but you're also gonna get the the theory behind it."
Right.
Like, it wouldn't hurt to get the theory. So yeah, I went forth and did it, and it was challenging. Stepping through those hurdles of my mind and being nervous and what people think, and if I mess up, I had to put all those things aside and came out on the other side as a teacher.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I've learned so much about myself. I learned so much about yoga. So yeah, it's a big part of my life now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got a few follow-up questions, and I want to say thank you for those of you that are on the live. Please quintuple tap the screen, like, hit the heart. Appreciate you for being here. And there was a comment about the handpan sounding like it may be hypnotic.
Yes,
when you play it,
it can be hypnotic. Yes, indeed. Because again, rhythm and frequency does those things. So, for instance, like hip hop, there's certain tones, there's some certain bass tones that you can hit that'll have you in that transit type
right?
environment. So if you combine those with a good rhythm and the sound and all that, like you could be hypnotized, and then you got the words. So yeah, like music and sound is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And again, that's kind of like the next step I'm looking into, is to dive deeper into that.
Okay.
Because there could be a lot of benefit in it.
So follow-up question on the yoga. Mm-hmm. What has been the biggest benefit that you've noticed after your 2-year transition into becoming a teacher?
I would say my accountability and self-awareness has tripled. Being able to ask myself certain questions without judgment and then acting accordingly. So for example, if I have an argument with my wife, I may be in the wrong, right? 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm not admitting that. I'm arguing until it's done. Now I can be in the moment, right? What I could sometimes I acknowledge I'm wrong in the moment, but that's hard for me still. But it could be a day. I could do some yoga, meditation, and it'll hit my mind.
Okay.
The whole scene.
Okay.
That wasn't the right way to do that. That was wrong. Whoop the whoop. Now I can come back. Baby, I'm sorry. I had this going on. Please forgive me. Trying to get better, but that's a totally different person, right? Mm-hmm. So that takes a combination of things. It takes self-awareness. It takes accountability. It takes vulnerability. It takes a lot of things, right? And so I definitely I definitely give yoga a lot of credit towards that. Being able to have all those things at my disposal in real time, or as close to it as possible, you know.
Right.
So the movements is cool, right? The movements is awesome, but yoga essentially is about the mind. It's not about the movements, right? The movements help you not silence the mind, but it helps you calm the mind, right? But there's other practices that help you tap in with the mind by itself, without the movements.
Sure.
So I think that's a big misconception about yoga. It's not about movements.
Yeah.
It's about understanding understanding your thoughts, being able to rewire your thoughts, observe your thoughts.
Welcome back. Sorry, we were having some technical difficulties. I think it's the Wi-Fi, so we found another Wi-Fi provider, and we're back. We have a little bit of a treat. This is more of a healthy treat. It's water-based. It's frozen fruit. Our guest here has guanabana, which is soursop, and I have raspberry. I'm not sure where we cut off, but we're at the point in the conversation where we were talking about yoga and its transition to other parts of life, and we were talking about the physicality. I shouldn't have said transition to other parts of life, but how yoga itself has perhaps enhanced physical fitness or capability. And I was working out with Arthur one day, and he just did a muscle up. You know, I was like, "This is how you do it. You know, just bring your knees up. When your knees get up, use that momentum, rotate up, and do the muscle up." Now, I've been trying to do this for a long time. I'll just say that, and I just don't have the strength yet in the back. And you did it almost by mistake. You just kicked up into it. So just wanted to understand more of perhaps some of the benefits that yoga is providing in the physical space as well.
Yeah, I would say the physical space, definitely flexibility, of course, but also just the confidence in my body. You know, just having more confidence in what I can do, or what I could eventually do. You know, just build on the confidence that I already had.
Right on.
Yeah.
So as far as, because I remember seeing Russell Simmons, you know, kind of get into some poses, or basically put his leg behind his neck ahead. Is it like that at all, or
it can get there? It can get there for sure. Am I there? No. But with practice, it could definitely get there. But again, like with one of the yoga practices, I mean, what one of the yoga philosophies is, you know, there's no competition, right? So there's mostly like, it's not the goal. Like it's not the goal to be able to bring your leg all the way back. Like it's good, but it's not necessarily the overall goal. So I don't necessarily look into those things as much as I did before. Like handstands. Like, oh, I gotta know how to do a handstand. I'm gonna be a teacher not doing a handstand. Like it's good to know. It's good to have that under your belt, but that doesn't negate what the core of yoga is. Okay. Know? Yeah.
So if there was a brother out there watching, and they're at least aware of what yoga is, but they kind of still not sure if they want to try it, or not sure if it's worth their time, because a lot of times we want to be in the gym, we want to lift. I definitely agree with maintaining strength, especially into our older age, is one of the top things that we need to think about, legs and back. But I myself struggle with some flexibility and maybe even mobility, because my hips don't open up as much. Is there any advice you would give a black man specifically on maybe getting over, I wouldn't say that they're intimidated or we're intimidated, but the fact that we view it as a girly thing to do, and how they can probably increase their strength while, you know, doing more yoga?
Yeah, I mean, mobility, I'm glad you have pointed that out. Mobility is huge, right? It's something that we all need. So yoga, the postures, the asana, they definitely help with mobility. A lot of hip movements, which for men, for most men, we're kind of tight in that area.
Yeah.
So it's a benefit right there as far as doing, yoga. And if you want to call it stretching, you can call it stretching. I mean, either way, it's beneficial, definitely for the mobility, and also for the strength as well. And you can also learn how to stack your bones a certain way to show more strength than you have. So my yoga instructor, Leaf, he does like crazy stuff, like crazy handstands and one fingertip stands and all types of stuff. And he doesn't work out, right? It's a science of actually like working with your body on another level than just muscle. It's like you're stacking certain things up to become more stable, right? So in that aspect as well, you can dive into those things as well with yoga. And there's various different practices as well. So you got like things like vinyasa, which is more active. It's more of a workout. So you're building up sweat. You're doing multiple movements at a time. So in an aspect, that's a workout type of yoga. And then you have something the complete opposite, like yin, which is literally allowing your body just to stretch itself in a sense. So you're just in postures for longer periods of time, and you're allowing like your fascia to like work itself, right? Yeah, you're getting like it's almost like a massage, a deep massage, but you're allowing your body to do it. So that also kind of plays a part into where you want to go with it. Like, what do you need? What does your body need right now? And you can find it in different various types of yoga.
Sure.
Yeah,
The yin I've been practicing a little bit more of.
it's different.
It is. And there's one movement that really shines a light on my shoulders because you're laying, you'll start in, can't remember what it's called, but you're laying flat on your back.
Okay.
You bring your arms over your head and then you rotate both extremities on the top and bottom in one direction.
Oh, so you're doing
So you'll do this.
kind of like a banana.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The outside shoulder is always in pain for me. For me, it's like holding this arm like that is difficult.
Wow.
But afterwards, I mean, I have to take, instead of just coming out of that position, I have to ease out of that position. And it's not really even like a tough position.
Right. It's
but I feel it and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Moving on to some of the other things like lifestyle habits that you can incorporate, just the small things, because we're talking kind of high level that might require people to stretch themselves. So I'm wondering for you, what are some of the things, small things, large things, whatever those things are, that are just consistent?
I would say taking time for myself before the day starts. So whether that's 5 minutes or whether it's an hour, like before I deal with anybody else, I'm dealing with myself. Yeah, that's man, it's transformative for sure. Because again, it just allows you to approach the day a better way or in a better state. So like the first thing I do is get up and just sit, whether that's in meditation or in active thought, giving gratitude to me being here. But yeah, just sitting for a second, taking that time for myself just to sit. And then sometimes I incorporate yoga with that sometimes. But yeah, I try to do that daily, especially dealing with kids because I homeschool. I have to be in a certain like mind and mode every day, to like have the patience that's needed to teach. So yeah, I would say if you can, I think everybody should take this some type of time to themselves before they pick their phone up. Like, you know, before outside influences can tap in, like tap in with yourself first, then go out, you know.
Was it difficult to add that? If you
Yeah.
think back from maybe who you were 10 years ago.
Yes. I think because I got up on goal back then. Like, get up. All right, I'm going. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Now it's a more subtle get up. So, of course, you have to adjust your time to, you know, allow that. So I get up earlier now than I did before. I get up, you know, at 7, at least 7, 7:30. Whereas, you know, a couple years ago, I was getting up at 9. Got to be to work at 10. So that hour, I'm rushing. I'm rushing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, doing this. No time to figure out, like, how do I feel? You know, what do I need to regulate real quick? Any of that stuff. Like, I'm just on go. So, yeah, you definitely have to be intentional about your time. You know, actually plan and map out a time for yourself in order to keep it going.
How hard was it for you to get there?
Was it? I mean, it's for me. I don't know. I can kind of like when I focus on something, I'm doing it, and I'm gonna see it through. Like, it's just kind of like how my mind's wired. So for me, it wasn't necessarily tough. Maybe getting up earlier. I'm not necessarily a morning person. Maybe getting up earlier was the tough part. But I mean, how you feel afterwards and how you go throughout the day is worth it. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just asking that follow-up question because sometimes people need to know it's not going to be easy.
Oh, yes.
It's not going to be easy. Like, making those changes to incorporate more healthy habits, even though it sounds simple. Wake up if you have children and the kids have to be to school by 7, so then you need to be up by 5:30. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they have to get ready, you have to be ready so they can get ready.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the time invested in yourself is worth it. It's not easy to make that decision, and a lot of times I think most adults, we are doing so many things for everybody else that we forget. And then maybe 15 years go by, your kids are, you know, are much more independent, and you're like, wait a minute, who am I?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know my name, but what do I like? I don't even know what I like anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And to add a tidbit to that, so during that 5-minute or 10-minute journaling, I picked up journaling. So just whatever comes to mind, like whether it was a dream or I like to call it downloads. It's like you wake up and you have an idea or a thought. You know, write it down. You know, maybe come back to it at a different time where you can expand on it. But yeah, that's also part of that 5-minute or 10-minute or hour time journaling, because that way you're understanding what your mind is processing, and then you can look back at those things like, oh, okay, I was thinking that way at this time, and now I'm thinking this way at this time. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So how do you approach the discipline part of it? Because if you're doing that every day, now you got to consistently keep it up.
Yes.
How do you approach that?
I mean, it's work.
Holding yourself accountable,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, it's work, and you definitely got to hold yourself accountable. Having a schedule definitely helps. That's one aspect that I kind of struggle with at times. I'm more of like a free spirit kind of guy. Like, I go with the flow.
Inhale, peace.
Right. And I'm just like, oh, we doing this now? Okay, we doing this. You know, I could just pivot, you know, versus having like a rigid, structured schedule. But you do find discipline in that rigid structure because, you know, okay, at this time I'm doing this. You know, at this time I'm doing this. So I think just a balance of that, having a schedule helps in the discipline for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. And I would imagine that it will have a overall positive impact on your mental health. Knowing what's next.
Indeed.
And everything in line.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. If there's anything you'd like to add or share, if you'd like to promote, please do. And
Um, I would say, definitely try to discover what you like. Um, a lot of times it's things that we like when we were kids, right?
Right.
But finding those things helps your mental and it helps your physical, and it can help your physical. You know what I'm saying? Getting back into basketball, which I hadn't touched in years, like it gave me a whole nother, I don't know, sense of
Vitality
being.
or
Yeah,
something.
but yeah, you know, just those pure joys. I would say, like, I think we all should try to tap back into that, whatever it is. You know, keep trying things or go back to what you did as a kid and see if that works. But yeah, we just need more joy, more like just genuine hobbies that we enjoy without monetizing it. None of that stuff. Just having something that you enjoy doing. I think it's very beneficial to the mind, and again, it can be beneficial to the physical as well. Yeah,
Right on.
yeah.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you being on the Power of Healthy Habits.